This is Roger with iGadget Geek, and today I've got a video review of the brand new AT&T Samsung Galaxy Note 5. Now, as you can see here, I have a white version with 32 gigs. This is also available in black, and both of those are available with either 32 or 64 gigs. Now, this will set you back on AT&T's next plan for as little as $24.67 a month, or for the 32 gig model outright at $739, and the 64 gig model will set you back $839 for the 64 gig model. Now, those internal storages are important because the Note 5 no longer has expandable storage or removable battery. But with that sacrifice, you do gain wireless charging built into the device. So as you can see, right here is the Note 5 in white. We have got the glass back, the glass front, and that back does have that kind of unique curved glass back. The box is a kind of standard AT&T box. We've seen these before. Inside of the packaging, you get your quick charger, your USB to micro USB cable, headphones. It also includes the little tool, a SIM removal tool. And this tool here is for changing out the little nibs on the S Pen. Well, let's set all that packaging and stuff to the side. We don't really care too much about that. What I'm going to start with first is a size comparison. So right here we have the brand new AT&T Galaxy Note 5. Next to it here is the OnePlus 2. Here's the S6 Active, iPhone 6, and of course the LG G4. To kind of give you an idea of where it falls in its size, here's the OnePlus 2, which has a 5.5 inch screen, probably the phone that has the closest size comparison as far as screen. So as you can see, it's about the same size, same footprint as the OnePlus 2. It's just a little bit narrower. Now, of course, it is quite a bit bigger than the S6 Active. Of course, the iPhone 6 is pretty much dwarfed in comparison. It almost fits entirely right there on the screen. LG G4, again, about the overall same size. Now, the Note 5, one thing I did notice is it's actually just a little bit smaller than the Note 4. It's not nearly as wide, but it's a little bit taller. So all in all, they were able to actually shrink that footprint and still give you that same kind of size phone. So let's go ahead and take a quick walk around. On the back, we have that 16 megapixel rear camera, your flash, your heart rate sensor, all that good stuff. On the very bottom, you have your S Pen that pops out. You have your main speaker, a secondary or a main microphone, your micro USB charge and sync port, and your headphone jack. On the left-hand side, there's nothing but a volume up and down. On the very top, you have your SIM card tray, secondary mic, and on the right-hand side, you have your sleep-wake power button. So let's go ahead and dive on into the software. Again, the Note 5 does incorporate the new redesigned fingerprint sensor, and from personal experience, I will say it's much more accurate, and it is a lot faster to recognize your thumb or your finger when you place it on there to unlock the screen. Now, TouchWiz is what we've seen in pretty much the same flavor of TouchWiz we've seen on the S6 and on the S6 Edge Plus. Real similar, but here what you get is the actual S Pen functionality. So with that, you get this new pop-up, really cool animation. So you have your shortcuts here to your action memo, your smart select, your screen write, your S note, and here's one thing that I really like that they incorporated into the Air command. You have add shortcut, and then you have this little window here that's your settings. So if we touch on the settings, you can go in here and actually adjust where that little thing, the little piece is here. You can move it around and set it at different locations. You have your shortcuts, your floating icon, your detach S Pen to turn on. So it's nice that it has that setting menu, real easy to find. And you can add a shortcut. So you can come in here and add any application you want. So if we want to add Chrome, we can add Chrome to it. Let's add the calculator. So, you know, it's pretty cool that you have 3 of these here that you can pick and choose and add those shortcuts. And once you've done that, those apps then are right here. You can touch on it, go right into the app. I do like that feature that they've incorporated to give you a little bit of customization there right out of the box. Of course, speaking of customization, with the Note 5, they've incorporated themes. So you're able to download themes from the theme store. There's several of them are free. to download, some you have to pay for. So it's, you know, real nice that they've incorporated some level of customization to TouchWiz right out of the box. S Pen is redesigned again. It's pretty nice to hold. It feels a little more substantial. It's kind of flat on this one broad side. For me personally, I kind of like using it. It's a little easier to use. That touch button is a little more responsive. Let's go ahead and put that S Pen up. One last thing I would like to show you guys here on the S Pen. If you're on the lock screen and you take out the S Pen, it goes right into Write Memo on Screen, which is kind of cool. It does that. You can delete it, you can save it, all that without actually even unlocking your phone. So it's pretty cool that you can take that pen out, jot down a quick memo without ever unlocking your phone. Now the Note 5 does run, I believe it's 5.1.1. Let's go here to the device. Yeah, we're running Android 5.1.1. Again, TouchWiz. This particular model out of the box is a 32 gig model. So depending on your needs, storage may be a concern. If you're going to need more than the 32 gigs, I would definitely recommend jumping up to that 64 gig model. This particular model, I've pretty much wiped everything off of this. It's pretty much brand new out of the box, and it's got 23.75 gigs available for the user. So all in all, it's been a really good phone. I like the interface. It's real responsive. I haven't had any problems with that 4 gigs of RAM. Now, just to run through some of the specs of the phone, it is a 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display. It has that 16 megapixel rear camera. 2 types of mode. You have your quick charge through USB. You have your QI quick charging, which is a really nice, able to set that down on a wireless charger and charge it up. It has the Samsung Exynos 7420 octa-core 64-bit processor with a whopping 4 gigs of RAM. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the battery on this is a 3000 milliamp hour battery, so that battery is a little bit smaller than the battery in the Note 4, but in my personal testing, I was able to get through about a day and a half of pretty moderate use without any problems on that built-in 3000 milliamp hour battery. The nice thing about that is it have so many different options to charge. You have a QI charger, you just set it down and it'll top it off pretty quick. Well, that has been my full review of the AT&T Samsung Galaxy Note 5, and this has been Roger with iGadget Geek.